97, 98, 100. Hi, I like a good burn when I work out. You know what I don't like? Getting burned by the literacy test because I didn't practice. Hi, I'm Mr. Martins. You might remember me from such inspirational films as EQO Math, Are You Ready? And Breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. Anyways, I'm here to tell you that you need to prepare for the literacy test. But don't take my word for it. Listen to one of your peers.
Test?
Well, when I first did it, I wasn't really focused on it. I didn't do any of the prep for it. I just took it as something that's light when it really wasn't. I felt that since I was doing so good in English at the time, I didn't need to do it. It didn't work out good because I didn't pass. So, yeah. I was kind of sad, but you have to prepare for it. I wish the grade 12s, when I was in grade 9, told me to prepare for it, that it's more important, that you needed to graduate. Yeah, they didn't.
If you could give one piece of advice to students being prepared for the test right now, what would you tell them?
I'd probably tell them to just get prepared, do the prep for it, stay focused, because it's important. You need it to graduate. If you don't have it, then you can't pass any of your other things.
Greetings, my youths. Today we're going to discuss how to be successful on the literacy test, and we're going to start with the section which will require you to write a series of paragraphs that expresses an opinion. This is one of the longest parts of the test, but it's also one of the best ones because you get to use your own opinion and your own voice to demonstrate what you know or how you feel about a specific subject. So this is a task where you don't necessarily want to argue the point you feel, but you want to argue the point where you have the most to say. Okay? So you're saying, well, what do I do? How do I do this? Well, it's very simple. You're going to start off with an introduction where you pick a topic and you're going to introduce that topic in the sentence and how you feel about it. The important point to remember here is you're not flip-flopping on the fence. You're not saying you believe in it or you don't believe in it. You're for it and you're not for it. You're going to pick a side and argue that side. So in introduction, you want to outline this very clearly, and then you want to carry it through in the rest of your series of paragraphs. The first body paragraph, you'll introduce your first topic sentence, your first point to support how you feel about this topic, and you're going to want to include your point, your evidence, and your explanation. In English class, you would hear this as your point proof analysis. It's the same thing, except here, your evidence is coming not from the story, it's coming from how you feel about something in particular. It's coming from your own experience. So you're going to have your introduction, your first body paragraph with your first idea, your second body paragraph with your second main idea following the same format, and then your third body paragraph, which is your third point to support how you feel about this topic or the stance you are taking on this topic, and then you're going to move down to your conclusion, which is going to recap your main idea and recap your three main points that you use to support this. In the past, examples of questions they've asked is, should school uniforms be mandatory for all students? Should the cafeteria remove healthy food, not remove healthy food, only serve healthy food in their in the cafeterias? And what about the legalization of pot? Okay. So what you're going to do now is you're going to practice writing, and you're going to use the method we just discussed. You're going to pick a side. Start with your introduction where you express that side and explain your three main points, and then you're going to do three body paragraphs where you expand on each of those ideas, and then your conclusion where you wrap it up. Here is your question. Is participation in extracurricular activities an important part of secondary school? So now we want you to take 15 to 20 minutes to try to write this in the space provided. Yes, it's a short amount of time. However, this is the amount of time you expect on the literacy test. Dear teachers, now would be a phantasmal time to pause the video. Hey, welcome back. Now we're going to get you to switch papers with a peer and check to see have they done everything they are supposed to do. So, what are you looking for? we're looking for the things that we had discussed. Have you created an introductory paragraph that introduces the topic and how you feel about it or what stance you are taking on it? Have you included 3 examples? Then have you explained each of those body paragraphs? Have you explained those examples, in each body paragraph, in your first, second, and third body paragraph, using the point, evidence, and explanation, or the point, proof, analysis method? And then have you recapped those main ideas in the conclusion to summarize your stance?